The Kite Fighters by Linda Sue Park. Because his own homemade kite had failed, Sup was forced to borrow his brother's tiger kite when he wanted to fly. His brother Key was willing to share, for he had given up altogether trying to learn to launch a kite on his own. Either Key's lack of skill or the naughty Toke Gabby made his kite crash every time. Sup now helped with each launch, and Key repaid the favor by allowing him to have a turn with the tiger kite. Despite plenty of opportunities to fly, Sup was not content. More than anything, he wanted a good kite of his own. He wanted it to fly as gracefully as a bird. One afternoon, as the brothers walked home from the hillside, he silenced his pride and spoke. The words did not come easily. Key, I was truly a failure at making a kite. You made yours so well. Would you make one for me? Sup hesitated, and then went on. It would be such fun to be able to fly together instead of taking turns, and the tiger kite is magnificent. It would be a great honor to fly one just like it. Key walked on, looking down at the ground, and did not answer for a few moments. No, he said finally. Sup opened his mouth to protest. Key held up his hand for silence, then halted there in the road to speak. I won't make one for you, but I'll help you make one of your own. You must make the frame, but I'll do the decorations for you, so it will look just the same. In a rush of relief and eagerness, Sup agreed. But Key had one more thing to say. This time, you must build the frame exactly as I tell you. A kite like your last one is just a waste of time. If you want a kite worthy of a tiger's stripes, its bones must be strong. The work was painstaking from the very start. Key insisted that Sup measure the bamboo sticks precisely. The first time, Sup was careless with the measuring string. He pulled it tight for one stick, but less so for the second. After he had cut the sticks, he found that they were uneven. Key made him measure and cut them again. If the knife slipped the littlest bit, it was enough to make the sticks uneven. Cut them again, Key ordered. Time after time, Sup had to clench his teeth so the words of frustration would not escape. But as the days went by, the kite's construction gained his interest. He began to see that the flying walked invisibly beside every step of the making. I know that you can see the wind and I can't, Key said jokingly. But we both know what it's like, how strong it can be. The frame must be just as strong. Sup nodded. He knew the thrill of seeing how light sticks of bamboo and mere paper could be the wind's equal. Even the simple bridle was a lesson. The points where you attach the line must be placed like this, Key explained. If it is fixed to one side or the other, even a little, the balance will be wrong. The line will pull harder on one side. I felt that with my first kite, Sup admitted. Bit by bit the frame was completed. Then Key turned his attention to the paper. Sup was delighted as the work progressed. Key was making the pattern of stripes subtly different from his own tiger kite, so that the kites looked similar, but not the same. Like brothers. Word bank, bridle, string that connects the line of a kite to the kite, Toke Gabby, Korean word for goblin.